What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more talk. And we're returning to Laughingstock 1991. Thank you again to Stuart. And the next track is Ascension Day, which most formally refers to a Catholic/Christian holiday which takes place, I believe, 40 days after Jesus was resurrected and when he ascends to heaven. Of course, it could be a more general meaning, a day in which someone is uplifted or transcends to another level. I don't quite know what to expect, so let's give it a listen. This is Talk. The tune is Ascension Day, and it's from the 1991 album Laughingstock. Hold on, let me just check the beginning of the next track. Does it really... Because I felt like... I get it that some of these tunes lead into each other, but is that really, like... Hold on one second. Because that felt really abrupt. Alright, I'm going back to the last couple seconds, and I've linked, or I put the next tune in the track list. One second. That feels like maybe it didn't download correctly. Let me... Alright, my file for Ascension Day shows it as being 559 in length. Let me just check online to see whether maybe, again, mine didn't download, or the file that I took it from didn't download fully. It has happened before. Yeah, it shows it as 6 minutes, so 5:59, 6 minutes. Hold on one second. Does it show it? Yeah, okay, so I guess it just really has a rapid transition like that. That's really weird. Okay, well, yeah, the stunningly abrupt ending aside, yeah, it's a really interesting track. It had this improvisational jazz bluesy feel. It really did seem like I was sitting in a club and just watching a group of musicians just explore, and Hollis's vocal is very beautiful again. I will say, the last album and now a bit of this new one, I'm having a harder time hearing him clearly. It's like a lot of his lines, he's not singing quietly per se, but it's almost like he's singing in an introverted kind of way, and so I catch one or two words here or there. I certainly heard like Judgment Day and something about farewell. It was like farewell to a family member, maybe it was mother, I didn't hear that clearly, but also something for sale, so like I don't quite know how to stitch all those together. Judgment Day makes me think we could be talking on a theocratic or metaphysical level, a spiritual level. And then farewell, again, you could maybe read that more terrestrially or more supernaturally. For sale sounds like it could be making a comment about commercialism or about the imbuing of things which are more ethereal with quantitative value or something. But again, I only heard those tidbits, so I don't really have a sense for what the song is about. Though, again, maybe it is playing on multiple levels. It gets a proper name reference to the holiday, but perhaps also something more personal. Either way, again, I enjoy the sonics. Lots of dynamic drums. I mean, the tune had this weird quality where it was a bit mellow and smooth, even as it had a lot of busy sonics at the same time, especially the drums, like lots of hi-hat rhythms, and there was a lot of crash cymbal in there. And then definitely some flourishing of like organ. There were like these organ keys, which I noticed. Some guitar, which even had a bit of a, forte kind of sound in some places. So yeah, it just felt like we were on this freeform jazz blues experimental journey. And again, Hollis's vocals, very tender and beautiful, even if I couldn't hear the words clearly. So I look forward to Stuart or anyone else commenting. If you have some insight, let me know. And again, according to what I just checked, that was the actual end of the song, and it shows it as being, like 5:57, 5:58, 5:59, and it cuts off like that. But yeah, maybe there's some glitch in my file, I'm not sure. Let me know, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.